There you go. Fun fact about Phoenix. If you want a reason to subscribe to this channel, I believe anybody can do anything. Sometimes it's harder for other people to do certain things, but they can eventually do it. Well, hello there. My name is Phoenix Steel, but I don't want to edit this video too much, so I'm just going to go over the short logistics of what I am. I am a solo developer. I have been solo developing for almost a year and a half now. Not that long. I still have a lot to learn. So what engine do I use? What have I been doing? Well, I started with Unreal Engine 5. I transitioned into Unity. No. I would say I transitioned from Unreal Engine 5 scripting to Unreal Engine 5 blueprints, because I consider that entirely different aspect of the engine that it's worth mentioning. And then I went to Unity scripting, programming via scripting. And then I sort of went down a dark hole, and I'm kind of glad Unity essentially like messed up and like screwed all chances of anybody using their engine, because basically what happened was I got into a dark hole of using AIs and like having it help me write scripts. I don't think that's smart, at least not at the competency level that I was at. And we can talk about that later in the video. But basically, Unity kind of messed up in a big way. Everybody remembers the big thing they did where they started charging for like the amount of games you sold. They would like retroactively charge you and stuff, like, you know, suck a D, Unity. But I started using LAIs and LLMs back in like its infantile days to like help me write scripts and stuff like that. And I wasn't really learning anything. I was relying too much on it. And that was bad. So because Unity screwed everything up, I switched to Godot. And this was a good thing. I didn't realize that at the time, but this was a great thing because at the time, over a year ago, AI wasn't really good at making GD script like code. And at least if it was, I didn't know where to find it. And that was a good thing because I ended up learning everything. I remember I set myself goals like every day, because we're going to go through the daily of what I do. And I went through the entire documentation and like the intro orientation and tutorial doc for Godot. I learned pretty much everything about every node in Godot, and I still have more nodes to learn about every day. And I would open up Godot anywhere from 4 to 12 hours every single day. And I learned how to code because I switched to Godot. I learned how to actually code in GDScript, which is, I believe it has some of the syntax as Python, and there's this misconception that it's based on Python, but that's not true. It's its own thing. It is entirely its own thing, but it does have some common syntax of Python. So that's kind of why people kind of think it was based on Python. It was not. It is its own thing. GDScript is its own thing. And again, that's why AI LLMs couldn't really learn anything. But nowadays, AI LLMs do know how to do GDScript stuff. And I will get into that later because I have used some AI to write some aspects of code, but this is the catch. This is the catch 22. Don't click off the video. Stay with me. Come here close. Come here close. Whoa, edited the video. We're close. Did I? I don't know. Maybe future me didn't edit the video. That's really, really bad. Now you edit the video, you dirty dog. The point being, there are some aspects I would use AI, LLMs, and what I have used is, for example, let's say I need to test a specific system, and I've already programmed the system several times, which I have now. I can safely say that having used Godot, I have programmed backend systems. I programmed player controllers, interactivity, inventory system, RPG systems. I've done it all. At this point, I'm what I would consider myself an intermediate GDScript programmer. Not quite senior. I don't know why I put a twang on that. Senior Godot developer. No, not me. I'm not senior developer yet. Give me another year or two and I would consider myself senior. I am rapidly learning. Obviously, I've learned a lot in a year, more than most could, but I would use AI in aspects where I knew how to do it. I just didn't want to do it. And I think that that's okay. But if you're using it and you don't know how to do it, you're putting a splotch. You're putting a very bad splotch in you're putting a dark spot in your engine, basically in your game. And what do I mean by a dark spot? I like this analogy because it's akin to the Primogen, He gave an analogy sort of about how you're sort of building up this black blob in your engine when you use AI LLMs that you don't know what the hell is going on in there. And if you don't know how to prompt your AI LLM and you don't know how to sort of properly, if you don't know what it's doing, don't use it. Do not use it. Don't use AI LLM. Oh, but it's helping me learn. It's helping me. No, it's not. You need to stop. You need to refer to the documentation. You need to learn grassroots style. I do genuinely think learning grassroots style is the best way to learn. But anyways, I've gotten completely off subject. I moved towards Godot, and I made several games here. I'll show them on screen. These are the games I've made. And I'm officially starting to make my first big production game. It is called Grimmlands. Maybe the Grimmlands Saga. I don't know. Grimmlands: The Immortal King. Now, it is based on an original script for a Souls-like game I wanted to make, but I decided to not make it a Souls-like. I decided to kind of rip it back in scope just for my first game because I really just want to get a game on Steam. And if I push too hard, I make the game too big in scope, I'm not going to get it on Steam. But the thing is, I want something on my portfolio. I want something out there that I can say I made. I want maybe a potential GD script company or an indie company to look at this, buy this game, and be like, holy crap, you made this, you're hired. And I think the game that I want to make for that is a Kingsfield style game. How funny that I went from Souls-like to Kingsfield. Listen, what can I say? The very first FromSoft game I played was Shadow Tower. Shadow Tower mentioned. Yeah, I know, right? That's fucking sick. But yeah, I've always had a soft spot for Kingsfield style games. I don't think you can go wrong with them. I don't think it's possible to make a bad Kingsfield style game. If you are, maybe game dev's not cut out for you. What can I say? Sorry, look me in the eyes. It's not cut out for you. I'm just kidding. You just gotta try harder. Anybody can do anything. I'm very of the anybody can do anything mentality. There you go. Fun fact about Phoenix. If you want a reason to subscribe to this channel, I believe anybody can do anything. Sometimes it's harder for other people to do certain things, but they can eventually do it. But the point being, I do want to make my big first major game a Kingsfield style game. And I've already started the groundwork. And wasn't this video supposed to be about the daily life of a developer and what I do? And I went off on about how I sort of started. Huh. Dude, what are you doing? All right. So I do want to make a Kingsfield style game, but let's go into like sort of like what my day-to-day looks like and what I'm like sort of doing. So we're going to switch over to the other screen. I was going down a rabbit hole of watching TikTok video, like YouTube shorts, not TikToks. TikToks are brain rot. YouTube shorts also brain rot. But I've kind of tamed my algorithm to only be about game dev stuff. So at least I got that going for me. So my daily list. Let's pull this up on the big screen here. So when you look at my daily list right here, I have a little folder here called daily list. I go through this every day. So what is my daily list? My daily list is right here. What I'll do is I'll add a new game to this idea. So I have popular tags and Steam game tags listed here. And you're thinking, why do you have this on here? Phoenix, what's going on? Well, actually, every day, 1,000 great game ideas. I don't know why I put that there. You got to have confidence in yourself. Confidence is king. Remember that. Confidence is king in anything you do. You need to know that you're great. And I am great. There are things I suck at, and I know when to default to other people to get help. I can be humble at times, but you know what? My ideas, they're fucking golden. And so, example, idea number 1. I just put this, and I try not to overthink it. Sometimes I get super into the zone, and I super like write out like a paragraph, like down here. Like this, like 2 or 3 paragraphs. 2 or 3 paragraphs. Damn. Calm down, bro. It's just a game idea. But sometimes it's simple like this. So dungeon cleaning and refurbish. Simple, right? It's an RPG. Super simple. Sort of like house cleaner. Where you go in, you kill all the monsters in a dungeon. You clean up all the body parts. and you design the dungeon to be sold to like a warlock or like a lich or something like that. I actually looked into this game, and I don't know if there's been a game made like that, but there is a dungeon cleaner game where you have like black holes and portals on how to like clean stuff, but it's not this one. This one, you would actually go in, you'd level up, you'd get strong, and you'd sort of proposition the house to people and sell it. But it's not a house, it's a dungeon. Super simple idea. But anyways, the point being, every day I come in here, I try to like keep my brain nice and like, freaking, like I tell you guys, the list just keeps going. Here's one. This is one of my favorite ones. I really want to make this one. Werewolf boxing. It's like Punch Out. Does anybody know the Punch Out? Not Punch Out. There's that 2D game that's super 80s style. I got a sequel. You sort of train and you do boxing. I want it to be like that style game, but a werewolf, and like have like some 80s cliche werewolf vibes. Big brain idea. Big brain. Anyways, the point is, I try to come up with a new game idea every day, 1 to 3 at least. And that's not just it though. I go down and I check the listings for jobs, because I would love to quit my fucking job and work as a GD script developer. Please, if you know anybody that's looking to hire somebody, please, for the love of God, put them towards me. I will be that GD script developer. But no, I check this every day. I've applied to a few. GDScript is not the programming language to get a job in. It's all Unity. It's all Unity and some Unreal. Mostly Unity though. I can tell you right now, most indie companies are Unity. Please hire me. I'm so sad. Anyways, going on. We have Khan Academy. Do math. It just says do math. It just says do math. I like to go to Khan Academy, and I've been doing this as a new thing. I'm trying to basically start from the beginning and just learn all math from the beginning, like just everything math. I want to know quaternion, Euler angles, all that stuff. You're like, wow, what the fuck, bro? We gonna learn the fucking math, bro? Grade 3? What are you, fucking retarded? It's been a while, guys. But the point is, I want to get up to trigonometry and calculus. I want to get up to some of the advanced, like vector space math and stuff like that. And the reason obviously, a lot of you already figured it out, but the reason I really want to just learn math in general and just kind of keep my brain math oriented is I want to be able to program really badass shit. Like badass shit. How many times have you guys seen a tutorial? Tell me, you guys are going to relate to this. You're going to relate to this. How many times have you seen a tutorial and you're just like, what the fuck? How did you make that? Like Verlet ropes, wind mechanics, shaders. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. I want to be able to do that. And it starts with learning math. So I'm learning math. Actually, there's an interesting video I need to watch about some of the most common mathematical equations that you should learn as a developer. And basically what I got from it was all opinion, and you should probably learn everything. But so here we are. Every day I try to do Khan Academy for a little bit. Then I will go down and I will view hot topics on the Godot forum, because I am a Godot developer. If you haven't already figured it out from the video, I'm a Godot developer. We do the Godot. We're Godoting. Godot. Is it Godot or Godot? Who knows? I like saying Godot because I'm bougie, but you can say Godot if you're a hillbilly. That's fine. Sword spins, I like to look at all of these. Some of these I like to actually, I could even solve. Issue with enemy object pull and on body entered. Respawning enemies object pull when enemy dies, blah, 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 blah. English. My brain just shut off. I need coffee. So after that, I go and here's a new one. This one's called Play with Programming. I haven't really checked it out. I recently just added this on. But basically, you do like programming stuff, and you do like programming challenges, and it teaches you how to Phoenix D Steel. Wait, what is my name taken? Oh, Jesus, that's so loud. Apparently, I don't have an account. All right. Wait, what? What is this?
And how it works is a group of people are all given a problem.
You're really loud. All right. We don't do that. Never mind. That's off of my daily list. That's super loud. Another thing I do is I have watch later. Basically, stuff that most of this is game dev related stuff. 99% of it is game dev related stuff. Other channels, old game related stuff like PS1 style stuff. All kinds of things, basically. Things that I think will inspire me, things that I think I can learn from. This is all second monitor content, stuff that I will use while I'm programming and coding and whatnot. And so also, boom. This is, I started working on this earlier today before I kind of went down a rabbit hole and decided, you know, I'm going to start doing YouTube stuff. So this is what's known as concepting. You may immediately recognize it as a map, or you think it's organs, one or the other. So to me, it makes more sense in my head because I kind of already know what this is. So this would be the start of the game. This is section 1. There would be like a river here. There's a bridge that goes over it. There's a big building that blocks it. You go this way. This segues into this new section right here. Here's a shortcut, which is not open at first. This goes here. This goes here. This is all like concepting. And this is just because I'm at the stage where I'm sort of using terrain and I'm building out some of the assets. I can actually show you guys some of the assets I've been building. Show you guys a little bit about the stuff I do. So this is basically what I've been working on for some time now. I made these yesterday. It took me about like 3 or so hours. Let's go ahead and drag them out. Like that. Let's go ahead and fly around. I'm getting into using more HD models. So like these are like HD bump map trees. So they use like height maps, bump maps, normals, all that stuff. I had to learn all that shit. But that is sort of what I made yesterday because I'm building out a forest scene. And you can go in here and you can see all this. It looks super cool. I really like the way these trees turned out. They're not meant to be traditional pine trees. It's a dark fantasy game since it's a Kingsfield style game. So it's meant to be familiar, yet different enough that there's a certain game design philosophy of invoking familiarity, but also being different enough that it also invokes uneasiness, right? You kind of lull a player into a sense of, oh, pine trees, forest, you know, I've been to forest, I've been camping, you know, but these trees seem slightly off, you know, they're like kind of jaggedy and like, that doesn't entirely look like a pine tree. Something's weird about that, right? Like you look up at these and you think, why are they so weird looking, right? You know, you see these spindly shapes and these crookedness to it. So that's just something I kind of think about when I'm designing these models. I don't know why I'm ranting about that. I don't know. You guys taking notes? You taking notes? You got a little notepad? Got yourself a little notepad, don't you? You're taking a little bit of notes, aren't you? You little note-taking baby. The point being, yeah, that's just stuff I think about. And this is just something I made yesterday. I guess I could show some of the game and the project in here before we wrap the video up because I'm getting really long-winded. I don't want to edit it's now going on 19 minutes. I'm probably going to condense it down to like maybe 15-minute video, but let's go ahead. These are some of the other stuff I'm working on. Some of these I can't talk about or show. As always, I'm not one of those weird ones that like censors it and they're like, oh, you know, can't look at all that. So let's go in here. Oh, the concept art will make a little more sense if I show this to you guys. So let's go up lower valley entrance. So right now it doesn't look like that good because this is going to be here. You know what I'll do? I'm going to here. Let's put it right here. In post edit, I'm going to put what it's supposed to look like with really bad paint. Look, see, so this is my image of what this scene will eventually be. And the player will, I guess we could play the scene out, eh? So we have some placeholder hands, you know, we come out here, come out to the cave, cutscene plays, whatever, cave collapses. this bridge breaks, you fall down into here, and this is what's cool, is as the player is sort of forced to go this way, because there will be like a debris and stuff in that direction, you'll be forced to come out on here, and you're going to see this panning shot of essentially the castle and the forest and everything. The entire game is all going to be revealed to you in this one panning shot, and you're going to have to go through here and go into sort of this cave right here. And I actually have the cave scene sort of. Yesterday I made a bunch of cave assets. I do make all my own assets. I do not think you should. I don't think that's smart. I think it's perfectly valid to make your to purchase store assets. Basically, you'll enter in and you'll be in this cave. It's basically a bandit smuggler's cave that people would use to sort of get stuff into the kingdom when it was still around and not cursed and defunct and all that good stuff. And you have to make your way through here, fight a couple goblins, go down a point of no return. Basically, there will be a broken ladder here. You'll have to go through here, and there's this massive spiral. Tell me this doesn't look sick as fuck. There's going to be like a cave. There's going to be like a little bonfire down here with like 3 goblins, and you're going to have to like get out here, and then it's going to lead you to like the forest area, which would be right here. You kind of get, so that's the river. You go into this little dungeon here. It takes you through this cave, and it pops you out right here. So now you can go back up and explore the other side of this if you wanted, but typically the player is going to probably be funneled down into here, which is the city, which will serve as it's not a city, a village. The village is on the outskirts on the other side of the moat of the actual castle. The player won't be able to go to the castle yet. See, this is why you do planning. This is why you plan stuff. Okay, guys, this is why you plan stuff, because it's so harder to just rift and just kind of like generate levels and just kind of create stuff off the top of your head. When you plan stuff, you kind of get a flow. So you'll go into the village, you get some exposition from like a blacksmith and like a village elder and stuff like that, so you'll be able to upgrade your weapons and stuff to a degree. They're going to say, well, you can't get to the castle because there's a big gate and it's locked by a seal. And in order to get that seal, you need to go back up to the barracks and grab it, because everybody would need that seal in order to get past the checkpoint to get into the city without being basically like, allowed into the city. So you go back up to the barracks, like I said, and you'll see it's locked. And you're like, well, fuck, it's locked. Fuck. And you basically will have to now go and so far what I have is you're going to have to go into this this way. I was in the middle of making this, okay, guys? I'm making it up as we go. So you would have to actually go into like the lower forest area, which if you go into the lower forest area, you can actually unlock a shortcut from the lower forest to the upper forest. So when you're coming back, you don't have to actually go back to the town. You can go through here and you can go back up to the barracks, get the key, and then go back to the town, and then boom, welcome to the game. You're now in the castle city. That's where the fun stuff happens. This has just all been the tutorial area. Fun stuff, right? Anyways, you'll have to do something over here. I don't quite know what yet, why you would need to go over here to get the key or find a way to get into the barracks. I haven't quite workshopped that yet, but I will workshop that tonight after this video, because this video is going on a little too long. But yeah, I'm so tired. I need to get my coffee. I'm going to get back into working on this. And I sometimes stream, by the way, guys. So if you want to come by and watch my stream, kind of get a bit of game dev advice, learn about my game, learn about the Godot engine, learn about Blender, learn about animations, just 3D game dev general knowledge stuff, I'm your guy. But other than that, thank you for watching the video. If you watched the video all the way to the end, I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh yeah, this is a daily series.